guys, and welcome back to another cozy day in my life. I've been super busy lately with returning back to work, and it's been harder to find those like quiet, slow moments. And so I am craving relaxing day to rest and honestly read, because I haven't been able to read that much. It feels like this last, I guess it's been about 2 weeks now. So I'm hoping that today we can cram in a lot of reading, because I have couple books that I want to get to and a book that I need to finish. So let's do that together. I think now is a good time for me to crack the window open because it is a gorgeous day outside. Maybe I'll sit on the balcony and read and enjoy the day. I am going to try to finish the Sun Down Motel today. I pray that I can finish it today. I'm over halfway through, so definitely is doable. I also want to not be too hard on a TBR, because I also know myself and I know that I am not the best at following TBRs. I'm very much a mood reader, but I would like to put a couple of like books aside that I think I could read this month and really prioritize those. So I think I'll do that and then see if we can get into another book if I can get this one done. Or if I can't keep my attention on this one, I'll just pick up another book. There is one particular book that I do want to read. I've been seeing everybody read it, and I feel like I'm going to... It's like I'm falling deep into like a trend or something and being really like persuaded by what everybody else is doing. And I hate when that happens, because most of the time when books like this are super popular, they're not books that I really enjoy. But the name of the book, because you're probably waiting to know what that is If It Makes You Happy, which everybody has been reading this one. Let's see if it'll focus. Is it focusing? It's not focusing. There we go. I could go to Barnes and Nobles and see if I can get the book, but I think honestly I'll probably just get it on my Kindle, because I don't really want to spend like $20 on the book and then potentially not enjoy it. I made that mistake with a book I finished like a week or two ago. I bought it because the cover was cute. It's just not my thing. I think I'm really finding that if it's a romance, there has to be something more to the story than just cutesy romance third act breakup. I can't do books like that, and I'm afraid that this is going to give that vibe. But a lot of people I've heard talk about it have said really great things, and it's very Gilmore Girls inspired. You can tell even by the cover, honestly, that this is very, very inspired by Gilmore Girls. So I do want to give it a go, because I love Gilmore Girls. If you don't know what this one is about, let me just read this little bit that I have here. It says, grab your favorite fall candle, cuddle into a comfy blanket, and travel back in time to 1997 in this cozy slow burn romance set in the autumn glow of a small town, Vermont. So that sounds really perfect right now, because it is so fall outside. Like this morning I was like, are we heading towards winter a little too soon? Because it was so cold when I was walking over to the gym, but it's also like that cozy weather, you know, where you just like get in the house and you're nice and warm, and you turn on like your warm lights, you light a candle, like get a warm drink. It just feels so cozy. Let's go to my bookshelves and see if we can find some books to pull for my fall TBR of sorts. I don't even know if I really want to call it TBR. Just books that I'm hoping to get to. Okay, let me show you. So of course you guys already know my bookshelf, okay? This is what we're working with on this particular bookshelf. And I'm very much gravitating towards, I mean, do I need to do any like explaining of this? The 20th anniversary of Twilight is here. It's upon us. That's crazy to think that it's been 20 years. But I think it would be fun to do a little reread and then watch the movie perhaps. Although every time I start to watch the movie, I get so cringed out that I'm like, I can't handle it. But it's cringy in a good way. Like, I'll look back on it with fond memories, but I'm still just like, the acting is, the lighting, everything, but there's just something that's so comforting about it at the same time. So I think this one we're definitely gonna put on the list. I feel like I should do a Stephen King. Should I do a Stephen King? I did one last year. I did 11/22/63, which was in my like fall book recommendations. I highly recommend you pick up this. I love this book so much. It is big, but it is so good, and it won't even feel like a big book, honestly. Stephen King. Stephen King. Stephen King. I've got quite a lot of books I can choose from with him. So I am thinking one of these three. Either Misery, Pet Sematary, or The Shining. I feel like I should save The Shining for the winter only because the snow on the cover makes me feel like it's set during winter. I don't know if that's true. But I feel like maybe I should leave this for the winter. But I'd love to read this and then be able to watch the movie. I wish I had the long, what is it called? The Long Walk? Because I know that just came out, or that's been out in the theaters for a little while, and I kind of want to read that book. But I'm getting off subject. Nobody cares. So now I think it's just between these two. I've seen the movie of this, so I already have an idea of what this story is going to be about. This one I've heard a lot of things, but I'm terrified to read it, so I might not do that one just yet. I think we might put Pet Sematary on. Ooh. Guys, I don't know. Which one should I do? I'm just going to hold on to both right now, and then we'll decide at the end. Of course, I've got some classics here, and then this is not a classic. It's a new book. Anthony picked this book up, but it looks fun. It's, I think, some kind of fantasy, so I'd like to give this one a try, but I just don't know if this is going to go on my fall TBR. But I do have some classics here that I want to get to. Some are rereads, but I have the Little Women, and then I also have Pride and Prejudice, and then I have Alice's Adventure in Wonderland. Oh, and Through the Looking Glass. I have both, and I didn't realize. This is awkward. I thought I only had one. They combine both stories. Puppy, they combine both stories. That would explain why this is so big. This might have to go on the list. I think it'll be this one. All right, now let's go to the bedroom. Why is this dog freaking out? Let's go to the bedroom and see if we can find some other books that I have here that I'm hoping to get to. Now, there are a few that I talked about in my like reading wrap up that I want to do. I'm not ready for those. I already know that I just don't think that they're going to be something I'm going to want to read right now. So I'm going to hold off on that. But I have some books from Book of the Month here. I've got 2 books for this month. This one is Hazelthorn. We switch off, Anthony and I, between like the books that we're gonna pick. He said either this one or a different one, and I was like, just pick one, honestly, because it's your turn to pick. And I looked at it. He just told me to read both of them. I forgot already what these are about, but this one sounded a little bit more dark and like kind of fantasy, magical. I don't know. There was some kind of like fairy tale aspect to it that I felt when reading the synopsis. So I picked this one, and I don't really remember what it's going to be about, but I think we could maybe put this one on the list. But I also have the new Stephanie Garber book, which is The Alchemy of Secrets, and I heard this one is pretty good as well. She is the author of Caraval, if you don't know, and there's another series that I think is like in the same world. Can't remember what that is, but yeah, I think it's gonna have some like magical elements to it as well. So I'm feeling like I'm leaning more towards this one. And then maybe I save this one for later. Or if I get to every book, then I pick this one up. So I think we're gonna go with this one. All right, I got the stack here. So I'll run down with you guys really quick of the books that I've picked. This is really, how many books is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 if I include the other book I want to read on the Kindle. Guys, this is, good thing there's 2 months. So starting from the top, we already know we've got Alice in Wonder. I'm gonna close the window. So first book that I have is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Excited to read that. I figure I should throw a classic in there because I'm trying to embrace the solar months with some more classic literature. This is by Lewis Carroll. Lewis Carroll. Then I've got People Watching, and this is by Hannah Bonham Young. I've only read one other book by her that was Out on a Limb, and I love it. So I'm gonna be really sad if this is a disappointment, but okay, the Stephen King book I decided on, and I'm still not 100% on this, but I feel like from what I remember of the movie, this one is really weird and creepy, so I feel like this would go well with spooky season. So I went with Pet Sematary. I don't really remember a whole lot other than some really weird stuff going down, and yeah, we'll see how I feel about it. I've also picked, of course, Twilight. This one I want to get to sooner rather than later. I did put Hunting Prince Dracula on here, and then this one is by Carrie Maniscalco. Read, what was her other series? And then I've got How to Sell a Haunted House, and this is by Grady Hendrix. And finally, I've got Alchemy of Secrets, and this is by Stephanie Garber. So these are all the books that I have on my TBR right now. There's another one I did want to throw on here because I typically read it if I am going to reread it during the fall months, and that is Love and Other Words. I do have my special edition copy, but I think I might read, if I do reread it, I might read it on my paperback so that I can go back and annotate it and stuff with my favorite quotes. That just sounds like a good time. So now that a little TBR pile has been formed here, this is feeling really daunting, and I don't know if I made the right decision. But I think I want to probably sit out on the balcony for a little bit and read. So that is what we're going to do. Gonna be a little bit loud because I have the balcony door open, but I don't want to close it because it feels nice to just have cool breeze while I'm like bundled up over here. Kind of ridiculous when I think about it because I've had to bundle up because it's cold because I have. Anyways, I've ordered myself some lunch. I got myself a little McDonald's. I couldn't really decide what I wanted, but I knew I didn't really have the energy to make anything, and a burger just sounded good, so I figured I would just get one of those. Anyways, very close to being done with the Sun Down Motel. The goal is definitely to finish it today, and I think it's pretty likely that I'll finish it within like maybe the next couple of hours. We'll see if I gravitate towards picking this up before I have therapy, because I'm already, if I'm being honest, feeling kind of tired and like I want a nap, but like I'm gonna try to like not do that. But if you don't know what this book is about, it is following, it's like a past present timeline, and we're following two characters essentially throughout this entire book. We're following Viv's story, and we're also following Carly, who is Viv's niece. And everything is centered around this really small, creepy town in, is it Vermont? Upstate New York. I don't know where, I'm mixing up books. Wow, this noise, if I can be so honest and just vent about it like I feel like I always do, the noise level here is so frustrating, because I feel like it's just constant sounds of construction, banging, and loud cars. And it's like, it's so unnecessary. But I guess that's the cost of living so close to not a city. This is definitely not a city, but living so close to like a center place, or a central place in town. So Sun Down Motel, like I said, is past present timelines. It's also giving us the perspective of two of our characters, Viv and Carly. Viv is the aunt to Carly, so hence why we've got our past present timelines, and it all centers in this small, weird, creepy town in upstate New York. And we first start off by meeting Viv, and I think that's also extremely important because of the entire plot of the book. But Viv is, honestly, I think she kind of feels like the odd man out in her family and really just misunderstood. And her younger sister, who is Carly's mother, is kind of like the favored child, the I guess child that can do no wrong. And so Viv basically decides she's gonna head to this town, and she needs a place to stay, and she's like, cool, if I help you to the lady that's running this motel, like if I help you for the night, can I sleep? That's kind of the deal that they make. So she ends up actually just staying there and working at this motel, but some really weird things are happening in this motel. And we then go to Carly, which is present day, and we learn that Viv went missing. And we're trying to uncover what happened to Viv and, you know, what's going on at this motel, because there's a lot of weird, creepy things happening, a little bit of some haunting going on here, and just like trying to uncover these like mysteries of people that have gone missing, including her aunt. And it's definitely picking up a lot more. Things are getting revealed and uncovered, which feels like, yeah, this is a good point for that to start happening, because if not, I'd be like, what am I doing? But we don't still yet know what has happened to Viv. And the issue is, we don't know if she's actually dead or not, because like they never found a body for her. So I'm like over here like, is there gonna be like some kind of like magic that just happens? And I don't know. I'm just speculating right now, but I'm having this thought of like, is she actually like dead, or did something else happen and she's gonna like turn up? And there's also like another character that I'm like questioning a little bit, and one like very curious to know, like, is there more to her story than I know? We'll see. But I'm having a good time reading this. I didn't think when I first started it, I didn't fall in love with the book. I don't know what it was. I think honestly I was struggling to read because of trying to balance life again, going back to work, and my brain was just so set on trying to give myself structure but still be able to have some kind of free will of sorts of being able to control, I don't know. I'm going too deep into this, but long story made short, I was just not feeling the book at first. And now I am very interested to find out what's going to happen. There's a lot of question marks and still not as creepy as I thought it was going to be. Then again, I don't know what that would have looked like regardless. I've not really dabbled too much into like scary like horror books or anything like that, but I feel like I'm craving that right now. Yeah, long story made short, I am enjoying this book and I'm hoping to finish it today. No, I will finish it today. And then I did end up deciding I'm going to start reading, what is it called? If It Makes You Happy. If It Makes You Happy. I think I'm going to read that later. So, I'm going to eat my lunch now just because it is after 1 and I have my therapy at 2. And then after that, we'll finish the book. And we'll start another book, I think. I think that's the plan. Popping in to give you a little update. I just had therapy about 25 minutes ago. And normally when I have therapy, I will like sit and color. So I actually managed to color this little guy, which was fun. But I did finish. I did finish the Sun Down Motel by Simone St. James, and I have some thoughts, so I figured I'd share them with you guys. Not to give a whole lot away, but it wasn't my favorite book. I'm kind of sad. Like, I had really high hopes for this book, and again, I don't really know what I was expecting, but it didn't give me that. I was wanting something that was, I guess, kind of eerie and creepy, but this didn't quite hit that for me. Yes, there were elements of like spook factor, but did it actually like freak me out or scare me? No, like I didn't have any moments of that. I didn't have any moments where I was like, I'm jumping or I'm feeling really like anxious about this or anything. Like I didn't have any of those like kind of reactions, no verbal reaction to anything, which was disappointing. I was really hoping that I would just feel that a little bit. Because like I said, I really like for some reason craving that. I think maybe I just need to watch a scary movie and that will probably cure that for me. But overall, I did give this book, I'm still not 100% sure if this will be the official rating. Right now though, I was going to say it was a 3.5 stars, but I actually think I'm just gonna say this is a 3-star read for me, mostly because majority of the book I felt kind of bored, and the only thing that was kind of propelling me to continue to read this book was not only is it my buddy read pick, like I picked this book for this month, but also I wanted to know what happened to Viv. I don't know, it was kind of sad that this book didn't land how I thought it would, but it was at least a good read. It could have been, what was the other book I read last month? 1 in a Million. It could have been like that, where I was like, wow, get it out of here. But this one, I enjoyed it, and maybe I'll give it another go at another time and see if I have a better reaction to it. But then again, it's like you can't really have a different reaction because now you already know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Long story made short, would I recommend this? Yeah, I think it's worth checking out. I do think that. And I do think it's one of those things, like not every book is made for everyone, so you may not love this one. But I think it's worth checking out. I think if you want to have something to like read during, you know, spooky season that has elements of that, this is a good one to read. And if you want something that has elements of spookiness but not scary, I still think this is a good option for you. So overall, 3 stars is where I'm landing right now with this book, and it was a good read, but I'm glad that I'm done with it because now that means I can read something else. So I do need to go ahead and download, what is it called? If It Makes You Happy. For some reason that title is very hard for me to remember, and I think that's a lyric in a song, so, or maybe it's the title of a song. So every time I think of that or say it in my head, that's what kind of plays in my, anyways. I'm in my room right now, but there's like not a lot of light coming in. It's the only thing about this room is how the windows are. There's just like not enough light, but that's okay. I am going to, I think, go ahead and just get the book so that I have it for later. But I forgot, and I didn't I don't know, I didn't think about it, but I just realized I was wearing this sweater, and this I feel like is like my Rory Gilmore sweater. It just gives Rory Gilmore vibes to me. And it's also like, I'm saying that because I just realized I've been able to wear the sweater all day. It's like a really thick sweater, and that just tells me that it is cold. Now my question is, do we think it's gonna stay cold? Or is the weather gonna keep flip-flopping on me? Because this is how people get sick. And there's already been people sick at work. So it's like, do we think it's gonna stay? I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's gonna stay. But I'm also very much aware that it could easily change. So, I didn't order the book. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie, I have literally been laying in bed for like the last 2.5 hours. It's now 5:22 and I really want to take a nap, but it's too late. So that's why I just laid here. I've, like I said, been watching Gilmore Girls. That's really what's been playing. It's muted right now, so that's still on in the background, but my really good friend had texted me letting me know that she was streaming, and so I've also been checking in on her stream and watching her stream. Like, she's so funny. My ideal streamer is just someone that is going to keep me entertained, make me laugh, make me want to play the game, and have a good time, and she checks all of those boxes. And yeah, I'll link her down below, so if you guys want to check out whatever she does stream, to do that, because if you're looking for a good time, she's hilarious. Boy, I sure do look like I've been laying in bed this whole time because my hair is kind of doing its own thing. But I think I'm going to start to read now. We'll see how much reading I get done. I just realized is this the episode where, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the episode where Lorelai's father had a heart attack. Yeah, oh no! This one was so sad.
It was holidays, Rory. I'll probably just be hanging out with my mom. Oh, it's such a shame she couldn't come. She's always such a kid. Safe. Richard? What did you do?
Got something festive.
You made me.
I love this show.
No.
I love this show. I was looking, okay, so when I was going to buy the book so I could start to read it, I went ahead and was scrolling through. I don't remember why I was scrolling through, but I was scrolling through on Amazon before I bought it, and I saw like the page count. Why is this book so long? That actually horrifies me. Like that's really scary to me, because if it's like a cheesy romance and is like Gilmore coded but almost to like copy and paste, I just don't know how much I'm gonna enjoy that. And you guys might be screaming at home like, why are you reading it then? But my interest has been piqued. I am curious, and I feel like I'm going to be missing out if I do not just check it out and find out for myself. Worst case scenario, I don't like it and I DNF it, but I am hoping I don't have to do that. Fingers crossed. I was really hoping it was actually going to be on Kindle Unlimited, but unfortunately it was not. Also, tell me in the comments, like, what kind of vlogs do you like to watch? Do you like more structured vlogs? Do you like vlogs that feel like you're just hanging out with a friend, that are chatty and just kind of what I'm giving right now? Because I feel like a lot of the times I feel kind of all over the place. Like, I have typically some kind of goal, but then I get very chatty and start rambling. So let me know what you like, because if you prefer like more structured vlogs, then I'm going to do my best to deliver that. I'm just not the best at it, because clearly I'm not a very structured person. I just saw here that there is a whole like playlist for the book. I don't know. Tell me how you guys feel about playlists with books. I like to listen to music when I'm reading. I just don't tend to gravitate towards music with words while I'm reading. Yeah, okay, it's Sheryl Crow that sings that song. If It Makes You Happy is the name of the song. And that's the song that keeps playing in my head every time I think about this book. That would make sense. And I'm glad that they had the playlist put together, because now I know the song that I keep thinking about. Anywho. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I was just reading the author's notes, and I love it. Okay. I just finished the prologue, and thank God. That's all I have to say. Moving on to bigger and better things, because a certain character that I was just introduced to, very glad that he's not in the picture, because what a jerk. What a jerk. Ew. Do not pin your I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to ruin anything for anyone who wants to read this book. I'm gonna keep reading though. So far, I'm enjoying it. Tell me this is not the cutest thing you've ever seen. A little slice of pumpkin pie. So cute. I got to chapter 2 in the book. I don't know what page number that is. Page 29, so I'm not very far, honestly. But I think I'm just gonna rest a little bit because my sinuses are actually killing me. But so far, I am enjoying it. I think it's been fun, quirky. There's definitely been like some things that have been mentioned where I'm like, why are they talking about that? And then I have to remind myself that it's like set in the 90s. They've mentioned like some like different things, like I think they were talking about wrestling at one point, and they mentioned the wrestler's name in there, and I was like, what? I feel like I've heard that name before, and I was like, oh yeah, but why are they talking about that? Like, my brain took a second to remember that it's not taking place like during present day. And like there was this one specific point where I think it's our main character, Michelle, is that her name? Our main character is talking to her younger sister, and she says like as if, and she continues on, and then I was like, wait, is as if like something that they said in the 90s, or is that just from, what's that movie called? Clueless. Is that like just something that like she threw in there to like give a nod to Clueless? I don't even know, but long story made short, I'm enjoying it, and I like the little bits and pieces that are getting thrown out. We've met Cliff, who is, I'm assuming, our male main character, and I really like him. He is giving Luke from Gilmore Girls, but he's kind of in Lorelai's situation. It's an interesting dynamic, but I am liking it. The name Luke did pop up in the book already, though. That was funny. And yeah, I don't know. So far, I'm enjoying it. So I'm excited to see where it goes, and hopefully I will continue to enjoy it. It's a long book. It feels like 501 pages feels like an awfully big book for a romance. So I'm like, what can honestly be taking place to keep my attention span for that long? That's the only thing that I think I'm questioning right now, but we will see. It did start off really interesting. The setting in which the prologue takes place is rather uncomfortable, and I would say if you are someone that does not deal with death or grief or anything like that very well, which I don't really know anyone that does, but if you're not in a place to hear anything like that, then just be aware that that is mentioned in the prologue, but it's not like heavy or anything like that. But there's some like stuff that goes down that I'm like, what the heck? Anywho, yeah, I'm going to, I think, call it a night, because like I said, my sinuses are really killing me. Guys, these allergies are horrible. I feel like, honestly, I feel like since the dreaded horrid old COVID, my respiratory system has gotten completely just messed up. I definitely developed asthma because of it. And my allergies have just gotten worse. So thanks for hanging out with me. I know this wasn't a very eventful vlog. Hopefully I can film something this weekend, because we don't have like crazy plans, but Anthony mentioned like doing a little like drive up by where he works, because like the back roads there are really beautiful. So I might bring you guys along with me there, and if we do anything else, take you guys along for the journey, and I'll update you on the book. It's currently Thursday, so Saturday will be here before you know it. But yeah, had a fun time picking up my TBR. Super happy, and this has been a successful day. Putting my Fall TBR together, I actually finished the Sun Down Motel. So happy about that. And now I've picked up another book, and it's a fall read, and so far it's been good. So thanks so much for joining me. If there is a particular type of video you want to see me do, let me know in the comments down below. If there's a book you want to see me read, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what fun fall activities you are hoping to get into here now that fall is upon us. But I will catch you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.